So hi guys, welcome back to our video again. So today we want to fix this heat shield. So this is the heat shield that's supposed to be here, and then this part here sort of broke off because of the rust and the vibration, so it just snapped off. Okay, first off we gotta wash this item, make sure the surface is clean before we start doing anything to it. After we dry up the parts, we are trying to file off using a file to file off the rusty point. Okay, before we start attaching it back, we have two methods to do it. Either you go to a welder to weld it, or we can try a DIY. DIY method is to use a epoxy glue for metal or steel to glue it back. Not too sure how this works, so since we are trying it out, so we want to share the experience of how sturdy this thing can be. And in fact it's only a 2B bike, so that's why you can do this, because the pipe is not as hot as a bigger class. Okay, so we try to file off all the rust. So the purpose of filing off the rust is to allow the epoxy to have a proper surface to bond on. So if the rust is on, it's basically that layer that the epoxy is bond on, and rust is quite loose, it's not intact to the surface. So this should fit in somewhere here. Okay, we gotta wash this and then we'll come back. Okay, we are back, so just need to towel dry this, and we are ready to mix the epoxy and glue it up. So now we gotta mix this, so we need to open it up. Okay, based on the instruction, is a 1:1 ratio, and after mixing it, you have to apply it within 4 minutes before it hardens. Okay, because the item is a little bit small for hand to hold it, and because it's jagged, the angle is quite weird. What we did here is we stuff a piece of paper to sort of like hold it in place, okay, when we glue it later on. So with this paper we can just place this piece here, and it sort of like align perfectly without it moving a lot. Okay, so let us mix this. I'm not sure how much we actually need, just based on experience. How come the white is grey, grey is white? It's all based on aggravation. Close it before it dries up. This is supposed to mix. Okay, it's quite thick. Okay, now we apply to our parts that we need. Not the best craftsman here, but you get my point. Okay, just flatten out, smoothen the surface, and also wipe off the accident spread. Okay, and hold it in place and wait for 4 minutes, they say. I'm just trying to sort of like flatten out the surface. All we need to do is just wait for 2 hours for it to dry up and see how it goes. Application actually didn't work. It just peeled off once we remove this backing. So we try to chisel it off and then reapply again and see how. Okay, we remove it with our best ability. So all the residues are here. And then we just try again. Okay, this time around we try a different method. We squeeze a little bit more. Okay, this time around we do the stopper here. So what we're gonna do, we want to put one layer at the base, so to sort of like float this thing up, because we realize it's just sliding in, okay, from the inside out. That's how it cracks. So we just need to apply a very thick layer inside to create that bump, so it can hold its position there. Okay, Just a little bit more, and then now we slot this thing in. Okay, now it's all covered up, so basically I can't really tell where's where, but just based on feeling. Okay, I guess it's about right after some time of fiddling, and this thing is trying to harden up, so just apply another layer on the top. Personally, I got no high hope that this will work, because from the first experiment it doesn't look very strong. Okay, so this time around we gotta hold this like this until it sort of like harden a little bit before we release, so it doesn't go out of shape. It's after about 3 hours. The thing looks pretty hard. We already removed the holder. Okay, it looks very solid. Technically we can't move it, okay, with our strength, so I would say that the holding power is quite strong, but we will never know what it will happen once we mount on it and then the heat starts to generate, whether it will be degraded. Let's find out. So now we are back, okay, with the tools, and this thing is very cured hard. So what we need to do now is just to screw this back in place and test it out for a few days. Okay, done. So this is after several weeks. The thing looks pretty hold up. So we just want to take it out and see what has changed inside. Okay, we can see that there's crack on the epoxy glue. It's still as hard. If we try to pull it, it's still quite sturdy. So I would say it's quite a quick fix, easy solution compared to welding, but it's not as strong as welding, as you see it crack. Not bad for a quick solution. Alright guys, thank you for watching this video. See you on the next one. Bye bye.